Hi everyone, it's Chrissie and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So today we're going to be building a magical jeweler's apartment in San Myshuno with the brand new Crystal Creations kit. Not kit, it's not a kit, it's a stuff pack. But yeah, so we're building with a brand new Crystal Creations stuff pack, and a huge thank you to EA and the Creator Network for giving me a early access code for this pack, even though I am not posting this during early access. Obviously, I'm posting this after the pack is already out, but I did get a free code for the pack. So yeah, huge thank you to EA for that. But we're going to be building a split leveled apartment today, and first off I do want to say that making split level apartments, while it is really fun and while it gives an apartment a whole new feeling and vibe, uploading them to the gallery this way is a little bit of a pain because we need to upload apartments as rooms. And technically anything that's on a platform counts as a separate room. So this apartment is actually uploaded in 3 pieces, like it's uploaded as 3 separate rooms. I will show you guys what I mean when we get into the game at the end to do the little like live tour bit. But yeah, it made uploading it a little bit of a pain, and probably will make downloading it a little bit of a pain as well, because you'll have to download 3 downloads instead of 1, and you'll have to put the staircases back and everything like that. But I was willing to do that and suffer through that because I really wanted to build this apartment for the aesthetic. But it is fully playtested. I did playtest everything works. And the other thing is I actually wanted to try this TV trick with having that painting TV that came with the, I believe, 𝐓𝐻𝐢𝐬 kit or the modern something or other kit. I don't know, I think it came with some kind of kit, I think. But I wanted to use that TV and rotate it with the tool mod and put it up on an easel, because that's actually something that I saw 𝐓𝐻𝐿𝐴 doing in one of her speed builds ages ago, and I've just never had the space or like the proper build to try it out in, and I figured this one would be perfect for it. But yeah, so we're building a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. It could be 2 bedrooms technically, but neither of the rooms are technically closed off. It's basically almost like a studio or like a lofted space because there's no doors separating them. But in any case, so right at the front there's actually the main bedroom that, you know, is on a platform, but I used these windows from the, I think, Romantic Garden stuff pack, and I kind of used them as dividers on those interior walls. So that's the bedroom. Obviously the middle space is the living room, kitchen space, and then at the back where we are right now is actually going to be like the jeweler's, like kind of like the office or like study space. But that's where I'm going to have the new gemology table where your Sims can make jewelry. It's where I'm going to be putting a desk where I have some bookcases, obviously all of that stuff. And I didn't want to make this just based around the new stuff pack. So I wanted to put in some other kind of magical occult vibe things as well. So I used a lot of stuff from the paranormal stuff pack, and I put in the medium table, the like psychic table where your Sims can do seances and stuff like that. I put that in. I put in a bunch of like weird knickknacks and crystals, and I also used a lot of stuff from Realm of Magic, especially debug stuff. So I put in some of those like orbs that are technically like the familiars that your Sims can summon. I put a couple of them on shelves, and I just wanted to make this space look wacky and cluttered and magical and like a whole mix of various different things. So yeah, I did that. I also obviously ton of plants everywhere, a lot of candles as well everywhere. But I love the way this turned out. This was one of the most, this was probably the most fun I've had with an apartment in ages. And I have been in a little bit of a kind of like a slump with The Sims recently. Not because of all of the bugs and stuff that have been going around, which I will talk about in a second, but more just because of like real life stuff. I haven't really been like in the headspace to like really sit down and be creative with building or anything like that recently. But I kind of feel like I'm getting to the other side of that a little bit, if that makes sense. So when I was doing this apartment, I was actually surprised at how much fun I was having, just, you know, doing whatever random thing popped into my head and seeing if I could make it work. So yeah, I really like the way this apartment turned out. It is obviously completely custom content free. You don't need to have any of the mods that I use when I build, like the tool mod or the better build buy mod. You don't need to have them to download this build. So yeah, it is up on the gallery as well if you want to go ahead and download it. I'll show you guys that at the end when we do the tour. But I also want to mention that I am noticing it already. But I'm getting really out of breath, and my voice is kind of like going in and out. I am currently sick. I was really hoping that I wasn't getting sick. I started feeling it yesterday a little bit. You guys are probably seeing this on Thursday, but I started feeling this way around Monday, Tuesday, because our weather has been all over the place. Like, it's been rainy, then it's been sunny, it's been like hot and cold and just all over the place. So I started feeling a little bit bad, like a little bit over the weekend, but more so like Monday, Tuesday, and it's Wednesday right now, and I have been feeling like absolute dog shit all day. I'm recording this at almost 10 p.m. because I want to get it done, because part of me is afraid that I'll feel worse tomorrow and then I won't want to do anything like record. So yeah, I've been feeling really crappy all day, and I'm glad that I got this edited and done yesterday so that I could do the voiceover today. But yeah, if you notice my voice going in and out, or you know, if I'm not as upbeat as usual, or if I'm like, if I sound like I'm a little bit more out of breath, I am. But that's just because I am, like I said, I am sick. I do feel sick, and I get out of breath when I even just like have a cold. I get out of breath really easily when I'm sick because of health reasons and stuff like that. So yeah, even like me getting up from my room, or like getting up from my desk and walking to the kitchen has me out of breath. So talking for almost 20 minutes definitely has me out of breath. I'm like not even 10 minutes in, and I can already tell that I'm like losing steam, if that makes sense. So I am going to try and slow down a little bit, because I know I talk really fast usually in my voiceovers, and that's usually because my brain works faster than I can talk, so I like talk really fast. But yeah, so we're just working on the living room space and the kitchen. I posted some pictures of these two spaces over on Twitter earlier in the week. I think it was around Monday or Tuesday. And I absolutely love the way this turned out. I'm using the new wallpaper from the stuff pack. I'm using those gorgeous new sofas from the stuff pack, those two-seater sofas. And the only complaint that I have with those are that we didn't get a three-seater or a like single armchair version of them, which is something that really annoys me, and the Sims team keeps doing it, where they give us like one item from like a sofa set or like a living room set, and they won't give us the other versions of it. So they'll give us like an armchair but no sofas, or like a 2 or a 3-seater sofa but no other versions of it. And it annoys me to no end, because those couches are so beautiful and I would love to have them in like a 3-seater version, or a like armchair, matching armchair. Luckily, Peacemaker, the amazing Peacemaker, has already released a custom content set that's kind of like an expanded version of this stuff pack. So like different versions of the items, like the couches and stuff like that. But unfortunately, that is custom content, which I don't tend to use custom content in my builds unless I'm just building for myself, for like my current household or gameplay or whatever. I don't usually upload like, you know, CC builds to the gallery or do CC videos at all recently anyway. So yeah, unfortunately I didn't want to obviously use those items in this build, but they are out there if you guys do play with custom content and you want to get them for yourself. They are out there. Just go to Peacemaker's website or their Tumblr or something like that and you will find them. But yeah, we've moved on to the little small one bathroom, you know, fairly basic toilet, sink, shower tub combo. I ended up using the mirror from the werewolves pack because why not? It's meant to be a weird and wacky and like mismatched apartment, so I figured why not use that mirror in the bathroom. And then we're actually starting on the bedroom now, and I do try and make a couple of different beds work. I didn't want to change the windows in this apartment, even though I can. Now that we have, I think it came with the For Rent update, where you can now change the windows of apartments. Like you can change their placement, you can swap out windows, all of that stuff. But I didn't want to change the height of these windows because then they wouldn't match the windows on the other part of the apartment. And that annoyed me more than having these windows so close to the ground because obviously it's on a platform. So I just decided to roll with it, and the bedroom has a lot of natural light, especially in the mornings when the sun comes from the front of the lot. So yeah, there's a lot of natural light. I absolutely love the way this apartment turned out, you guys. I never build with like dividing walls like these, where I build with dividing walls a lot, obviously, but I never put windows on them like I'm doing in this apartment. So doing that here was such a like different thing for me, and I love the way it turned out. I'm using the same wallpaper again, but in a different swatch. I have some accents of those like wooden siding, or I don't know, yeah, wooden siding wallpapers from, I believe, Eco Lifestyle as well. So I wanted the apartment to have a fairly like nice mix of like eclectic, you know, magical, occult looking styles and stuff like that, and like older items, but also some more modern items, like obviously the kitchen and like obviously the TV and, you know, stuff like that. So I wanted it to be a nice little mix of more older items but also some more newer ones, and I love the way it turned out at the end, I think. So yeah, you'll have to let me know what you think about it. But speaking a little bit more about the bugs that have been going around in the community recently, not in the community, but in the game. So obviously we had a lot of bugs when For Rent came out. That was a whole thing. Some of them are still in the game and haven't been fixed yet. But with this new stuff pack, with the jewelry making function especially, there have been some major bugs with that, where especially in teenagers, but it's also been mentioned of like happening with adults and elders especially as well, where if they wear some of the new jewelry that we can make, like if you have them put the jewelry on and take it off a couple of times, their entire bodies and facial features and everything just changes drastically, and it looks bizarre and funny as hell, but it's not supposed to happen. That is such a big bug to be happening with the main selling point of a pack. You basically can't use the jewelry making feature because you can't wear any of it if you don't want your Sims to like completely distort if they wear and take off jewelry that you've made. So like, what's the point in making jewelry? So yeah, it's kind of rendered that whole like selling point of the pack useless. And other than that, we've also had apparently a moodlet disappearing bug. Now this is the more major one, personally in my opinion, I think, because it affects a core system of the game and something that, you know, can literally corrupt and break your save files if it happens and you don't notice it, and like, it's a really, really big thing. But I will leave a couple of links below to the like 𝐶𝐀 HQ forums, like the bug forum. I will leave a couple of those links below, And please, if you guys can, go to those and just click me too on them, just to let the Sims team know that yes, this is happening to everyone. They need to fix it. We have had an update from the Sims, like from their Twitter, saying that they are working on a like emergency patch to fix it, but they haven't given us a date for that or anything like that yet. And this has become something that's been happening more and more with the Sims recently, probably from around, yeah, I want to say from around 4 ranked, but it's probably been since before that, where they'll release a pack and it is very clear that those like QA things, like those quality things like bug checking and things like that, have been completely neglected. And whether that is because of EA's time constraints or budget constraints or whatever, I don't know. But it's very obvious that those things were just completely missed. And if it's something small, like it's a minor bug, you know, that's understandable. But when it's been like consistently happening with every pack and every patch that has been coming out, every one of those have just been introducing new and bigger, like actual game breaking like issues that can affect your entire save file and can make you lose months, sometimes years of progress that if you're a legacy player and you've been playing a save file for like 3 years, playing a family for like 3 years, for something like this to happen, like the moodlet bug, you can literally lose your entire save file. You can render it unplayable. And there's nothing you can do to work around that apart from not playing those save files, which kind of defeats the point of, you know, anything about the game. You want to play what you've created, you know? So yeah, it's been a really big thing, but I'll leave some more links down below. But yeah, with all of that said, let's go ahead, jump on into the game and take a little bit of a closer look at the actual finished apartment. Okay, so here we are with the finished apartment. So it is built in the 2A Jasmine Suites apartment. I don't think I mentioned that in the video. But yeah, it's where the 𝐵𝐸 family usually lives. So yeah, as you come in, you have, obviously, you walk right into the gorgeous little like seating room, living room space with all of the hanging plants and, you know, all of that stuff. Right by the front door, there's a little space for your umbrellas, shoes, little mirror, you know, post rack thingy-majig. And on the right, we actually have our big modern kitchen. So there's no dining table in this house or like in this apartment, but we do have the bar seating, which I think is more than enough. Usually my Sims just sit and eat in front of the TV anyway. So yeah, we have obviously the little kitchen with a lot of like more magical looking things like, you know, the cookbooks, the herbs, you know, all of that fun stuff. Over here we have a little like cabinet with some odds and ends and weird things in it. We have a freaky like palmistry hand. We have a werewolf urn as well as some other weirder things. Then over here we have the psychic table where your Sims can do like psychic readings. They also have obviously the shelves that I mentioned with the like magical familiars on it and some crystals and stuff like that. Going to the back of the apartment, we have the little bathroom obviously off of here. We have, you know, just a plain little bathroom. And then obviously on the first platform right at the back, we have the kind of like office workshop space. So we have a desk in front of this wall window divider thing. I don't know what you want to call that. But yeah, so we have a desk space, very cluttered. I absolutely love the way it looks though. And like I said, it is all play tested, so it all works. But yeah, over here we have our gemology table where your Sims can make their jewelry and stuff. We have a couple of displays over here for some crystals and various odds and ends. And then over here we have a couple of bookcases that these are actually 2 separate bookcases that I just merged into each other and cluttered up a little bit. But yeah, we have these bookcases and a little reading corner for your Sims to sit and do some reading. Maybe look out the window. But yeah, and going back to the front, we actually have the bedroom right at the front. So you come up, we have obviously a wardrobe over there, standing mirror. We have another technically wardrobe over here, but it looks like old steamer trunks, maybe for more like less used storage. But yeah, we have a couple of, you know, jewelry pieces on there, a little journal, another little sofa, not sofa, chair to sit in. Then obviously we have the bed, we have, you know, bedside table, more jewelry clutter. It's a very cluttered apartment, but I absolutely love that about it. So yeah, we have obviously all of the drapes and like the beaded curtains, and it's just, it feels very eclectic and warm and weird, and I love it so freaking much. But yeah, off of the bedroom, we actually have the laundry space. So we have just a stacked washer and dryer. And I also have the fuse box that is usually in this place. But I actually use the tool mod to, obviously when I raised it up, the like fuse box was kind of like hidden halfway in the floor. So I just used the tool mod to move it up a little bit, and I did play test it. It is totally functional still, even though I did use the mod to move it. But since it is now just technically on the platform height, it all works perfectly fine. So yeah, that is basically the entire apartment, you guys. Here's a little floor plan shot in case you wanted to see it this way. But I'll also show you what it looks like on the gallery. I haven't uploaded it yet, so it's still just, you know, named like this. But we'll have the Magical Jeweller's apartment 1, 2, and 3. So 1 is the living room space and the bathroom. Then 2 is going to be the bedroom and the laundry room space. And then 3 is going to be the, like, you know, back, not storage, but like study and workshop space. So yeah, it is going to be uploaded in 3 separate pieces, but unfortunately that is just, the game just doesn't like using platforms in apartments. And if you place them down, they should place with the platforms intact. If they don't and they end up lowering back down to the floor, this is just a 2 height platform. So yeah, just, you know, like raise it up twice and then put in a couple of staircases. I'm just using these stairs from, I'm using these ones from the Get Together game, not game pack, expansion pack. But yeah, I'm just using those, but obviously, you know, you can use whatever ones you want to use. I just thought they fit. So yeah, that is basically it for this little apartment build and tour, you guys. But yeah, that is basically everything. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I did paint the ceilings as well. I painted them with these like fancy magical looking like constellation patterns, and I did that throughout the whole apartment. So every room has the ceiling, and I just thought it fit with the whole magical vibe. Okay, is it a little bit childish? Maybe. Do I care? Definitely not. So I just thought it fit really, really well. But yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, if you did, give the video a like, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, you know, all that fun YouTube stuff. Let me know what you think about this apartment, and like I said, I will leave links below to some of those bug forums and bug like reports and stuff like that. Definitely go check it out, go read through some of the things, click me too, all of that stuff. Huge thank you to my channel members, and you know, as usual, your guys' support means the world to me. I cannot speak, forgive me, I'm sick. So yeah, just with all of that said, you guys, I'm gonna head off, go and rest. My voice is killing me. But I hope you're all having a great day, and that you like this apartment, and that you have a great weekend. And I'll talk to you all in my very next video. Bye everyone.